Do you need solution to issues pertaining to land and properties? Do you want to buy or sell a house? Are you tired of renting, or you want to rent a house, buy or sell land? Then you need to know genuine and reliable real estate companies in Lagos, Nigeria and around the world that can help you get the house of your dreams, or help you sell the land or the house you want to sell. Tune into Biscon Realty program. There you find answers to all these questions. Hello, welcome to Biscon Realty, where we inform, educate, and showcase to you genuine and reliable real estate companies in Lagos, Nigeria, and around the world. We also discuss issues pertaining to land and properties. Today on the show, we'll be discussing the legal aspect of home and land buying. So on the show with me today, I have Barrister Chimobi Justice Atuluma, who's going to give us insight to legal aspect of home buying and legal process of land buying. Do you need solution to issues pertaining to land and properties? Do you want to buy or sell a house? Are you tired of renting, or you want to rent a house, buy or sell land? Then you need to know genuine and reliable real estate companies in Lagos, Nigeria and around the world that can help you get the house of your dreams, or help you sell the land or the house you want to sell. Tune into Biscon Realty program. There you find answers to all these questions. Welcome back. It is very important to know the legal requirements of land and home buying. So on the show today, I have Barrister Chimobi Justice Atuloma, who is going to give us insight to legal aspects of home and land buying. Barrister Chimobi is a legal practitioner who has flair for courtroom advocacy. He's been practicing for the past 17 years. He has knowledge and experiences on land transaction. Barrister Chimobi, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
You've been practicing law for over 17 years.
Yeah.
And you have diverse knowledge and experiences, especially when it comes to land transaction. Why do you have interest in land transactions?
Simply it's as a result of the fact that we discover that most times, in fact, if not all the times, that buyers or people who want to invest in property do so without proper consultation, without proper knowledge of what they are embarking on and what they are going into. And so in most situations where in court you discover that a person may have invested all that he had, his hard-earned money is just being wasted because he failed to do what he's supposed to do. So I felt that, well, I had to go into this to find out, why do people make this kind of mistake? Why do they just throw their money after they have worked and labored for it? So I now had that interest to go for that, to find out and then be able to stand very well to advise people on how they can invest their money rightly.
So that's what really interests you.
Prompted me to go
land
into
transactions, the legal aspect of it.
Yes.
Okay. But we have so many lawyers. So how can we identify the lawyer that understands the working of real estate, that really understand property matters? How can we identify?
So the first thing you need to know is that most times some of these people that you see that call themselves or parade themselves as lawyers are not lawyers. And the good thing is that the law profession is such an interesting one because they are very careful. They have also gone as far as publishing names of lawyers who are duly called to practice law in Nigeria. So if you go to our website, you'll be able to find out whether the lawyer you want to consult is indeed a lawyer or just an imposter. So if you're able to find out, that's the first thing you are to find out, that indeed I'm consulting the right person. Then all lawyers are trained, even in this aspect, property aspect. All lawyers pass through this rudiment, but in terms of practice, you begin to garner experience, which will distinguish you from the other lawyers. And so when you now want to buy a property and then you have consulted a lawyer, the way he will marshal out the point, the way he will explain from point A to point B and carry you through even before you even enter into the transaction, you will see that you have seen the transaction working. The way he will explain it out to you will tell you that, look, this lawyer has experience in this aspect, and then you can go ahead and engage. Again, you also have to realize that sometimes, due to some frailties of human frailties, you may really not know everything. And so if you have, for example, what we call professional indemnity insurance, where, for example, a lawyer is to advise you, and then it turns out that the advice failed, then you have, he can go to the insurance company and ask, look, my name failed, and as a result, my client lost it, and you can recover the money quickly. You realize that by the time you go to court, yes, the court will help, but it takes some time. So with this, you can cushion out the fate, and the client will be able to have some kind of recourse while you are pursuing the matter to recover the money that is already invested in that wrong transaction. So it is important, by the time you are engaged the lawyer takes you through and tells you, these are the things that you're supposed to know. These are the things supposed to be from point A, is explaining to you, and you are following diligently, and you are seeing that indeed this person exhibits requisite knowledge in what he's advising. You will now know that indeed he has experience, and you can go ahead. And again, don't forget that every lawyer is under obligation to say no when he's supposed to say no, and to say yes when he's supposed to. If it's an aspect you don't know very well, consult and you say, I don't have knowledge about this, because if you fail, professional negligence will come in. And so it's just like most Nigerians, they don't even know when to even report a lawyer who has misguided and misinformed his client.
Okay, sir. There are two questions that came to my mind now.
Yes.
The first one is, you are trying to tell our viewers that even if you have a lawyer in mind, you should go and confirm by going on the website and check out if that lawyer is indeed a lawyer.
In fact, it is important.
Then I would like you to tell more to our viewers how to, how and where to report a lawyer if you didn't do a good job.
Just go to our website, www.nigerianbar.org.ng/find-lawyer.
Okay. Please, can you give us that website again, so that our viewers will know that you can really, really report a lawyer if you didn't do a good job, or if you don't have value for the money you've paid for his service?
To find out a lawyer that is licensed to practice in Nigeria, all that you need to do is to go to our website, nigerianbar.org.ng/find-lawyer. It will show you all the lawyers that have been called to practice law in Nigeria, and then you will, at least you'll be comfortable that, yes, I'm dealing with a lawyer.
Okay.
Okay. And then the moment you are sure of that, the lawyer sees up. You know that, look, this person knows how to get me. Lawyers are more afraid when it comes to disciplinary professional discipline than even to go to police or any other thing. Lawyers are more afraid. So the moment you are confronting a lawyer with that, he becomes very, very careful. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Then the next question I have for you, sir, at what point should we involve a lawyer? Is it at the point when we want to exchange contracts as a buyer and a seller? Is it at that point, or before finding desired house or land that we want to buy?
My advice will be, at the moment you begin to think about investment in real estate, in property, the moment you begin to think about it, not only engaging a lawyer, marry a lawyer. At that point, marry a lawyer, because it will help you in order to avoid penny wise, pound foolish at the end of the day. Yes, it is important.
Why is it that people are not involved? They're not involving a lawyer. Why?
No.
Is it because they don't have the knowledge that, okay, let me involve a lawyer, or they are scared of his service charge?
It is important for me to emphasize that a lawyer is not engaged in buying and selling of land. That is not the core mandate of a lawyer.
Okay.
In fact, under our professional area, you are not supposed to even go engage in such. But why you need to get a lawyer is that the moment you have that lawyer, you'll be able to go through with you, to be able to assemble the professionals that will be able to work it out. You understand me? He will be able to say
adequately.
Yes.
And they'll be able to work it out.
Yes, adequately. So by the time you have a lawyer, that lawyer will now ask you pertinent questions that will help you. For example, you want to buy a property of 2 million, and then all that you have is 2 million. You can see, and I have seen it most of the times. A client comes, he tells you that I want to buy a property. You now try to do the preliminary questions, ask such preliminary questions to enable you to be sure that he has the capacity and not to waste your time and waste the time of the other professionals in the field. So you need to get some of these things, and that by the time he has ascertained that indeed you have the capacity and you understand what it all means, then he will help you say, okay, you will need this person, we need a estate surveyor, we need a structural engineer, we need if it's a structure, we need this, we need that. Then you can ask to say, okay, help me to assemble them, and then go ahead. Then when the lawyer now engages some of those people, they will know that he is there, and so they will take it more serious than when you are going alone. So that's why it is important that at that point you get a lawyer, and then they will get a report to you, and then you'll be able to ask your questions, and then he will answer you. So it is important that you involve a lawyer. Why people don't involve lawyers? Number one, I see it, gullibility of Nigerians. Most Nigerians are gullible. Some of them, which is one of the things I've discovered, is this the impulse buyers. Your neighbor comes and say, this property by your side, they want to sell it to this agent, this runners, they want to sell it to, I know the family, I know this. The next thing you want to go, how much? Oh, it's fine, you have paid. You don't consider any other thing to investigation, nothing is being done, you now pay. After you had paid, and then there are issues, you now want to look for a lawyer. So that impulse, we must stop it. Allow the professionals to take their time to investigate that property for you, and then at the end of the day give you a clean bill of health for you to go ahead, so that at the end of the day, that which you are trying to gain by not involving them, you now gain them at the end of the day. To have it will be the best for you, other than just to ignore them. The other thing is the aspect of fees. You also have to consider whether, okay, I should go ahead, and at the end of the day I will lose entire money, because that is what is going on. And many are losing money. And in fact, these are some of the things that prompted me to say, no, let me even have a guide for people to say, you want to buy property, these are the things that will guide you. Because I've seen one 20 million naira just like that, because he failed to engage lawyers who will invest, because he feels that, okay, the percentage is going to pay, or the amount is going to pay.
And you now lost all.
You now lost the whole thing. And then when you go to court again, what we need to understand, very importantly, as a practitioner, is that it is not all that easy when you are going to court to recover your money. You understand me? Because it will take some time. It will take some time. For example, while this NSAS issue actually affected some of these things we are talking about. A property that was sold, and then you want to recover, you had even filed an action only for the court to be, the building to be destroyed and everything gone. So you see the situation. So it takes some time with the court. But eventually, but it takes some time, by which time you would have lost everything, and then no time for you would have turn over the investment if you had done it rightly. But you have lost it, perhaps even before the case could finish. Some would take very many years, 10, 20, 30 years.
So it's better to do the right thing.
The right thing at the
to
right, avoid all of
those problems
and save yourself some stress.
Okay. So if we are now involving lawyer from the beginning, what would be the duty of that lawyer? As in, as you are thinking of it, you're looking for a realtor, you're also looking for a lawyer, and you now engage the service of a lawyer. What would be his duty as at that initial stage?
It pays the client. It pays the client if indeed at the end of the day it's going to involve the lawyer to do the investigation and the preparation of the instruments. So the lawyer starts from the beginning to be sure that things are done properly, and it saves cost for you and for the lawyer and for everybody, because as at that time you would want to ask pertinent questions, preliminary questions that you need to ask that you ordinarily you wouldn't have considered.
That means it's going to guide your budget.
Yes, it's going to
so
guide
that you will know that it's not the cost for the land or for the building. You are also going to consider the cost of other things you are going to incur in the process of buying.
Even your experience would have told you, okay, well, what do you want? Where do you want to buy this property? It can tell you. It's not that he's acting for
a real
estate, yes, but he's trying to help you at the end of the day, so that you don't end up wasting more of your time. And this thing you would have also, what do you want to use it? Commercial purposes, but this area is not for, that kind of thing. That's why you marry him, so that he will help you before you even begin to stress yourself and waste your money and energy.
Time.
Yes.
Thank you, Barrister Chimobi. We're going on another short break. Don't go away.
Here is good news from Biscon Communications, producers of the BC Olatilo Show, BOS, the longest-running general interest magazine show, and owners and operators of Biscon TV, a 24-hour TV platform on GoTV Channel 108, and live on all smartphones via the Biscon TV app, and streaming live on www.biscontvlive.com. Biscon TV offers all our viewers, particularly our clients, religious organizations, academic institutions, corporate organizations, government parastatals, state governments, individuals and business concerns, the Biscon TV 2020-2021 Special Bonanza. Biscon TV End of Year and New Year Double Bonanza offers you all our services at half of the rate. In addition, if you place adverts on Biscon TV, you get double the amount of slots placed. Take advantage of Biscon TV End of Year and New Year Double Bonanza offering, which starts now and ends in the first quarter of 2021. Weddings, birthdays, festivals, coronations, burials, seminars, beauty pageants. As we wrap up 2020 and go into the new year 2021, we will cover and broadcast on BOS inimitable style for half the rate with extra. Contact us at Biscon TV Corporate Office, 12 Sylvia Crescent, Anthony Village, Lagos. Telephones 0803 390 1756, 0802 357 0075, 0802 615 4574, and 0803 455 0406. Biscon TV 2020-2021 Double Bonanza offer is our Christmas and New Year present to you, our esteemed and worthy fans, admirers and clients in all parts of Nigeria and beyond the shores of our land.
Welcome back. Barrister Chimobi, what are the important legal requirements for buying a home or for buying a land?
Well, I will look at it from the point of view of basic legal requirements. The basic legal requirements. There are many requirements that are out there, but there are basic ones you have to know. You have to have at the back of your mind. One, which I have to emphasize having this opportunity, is that ignorance of the law is no excuse. Don't come and tell. Who are you going to tell that I didn't know? Because you have been forewarned. Look, you have to be buyers beware. Buyer beware. What does that portend? That before you even go into it, be sure that you have done the proper thing. But because if you fail to do the proper thing, you cannot come to plead to say, I didn't know. Nobody will listen to you. So that basic legal requirement that ignorance of the law is no excuse still applies when you go to acquire property where government has said, this place is under acquisition, and you didn't go and make investigation, find out whether indeed that area is under acquisition or not, and you go and make your payment, you come back to say, I didn't know. That's your own pocket. You also have to but basically everything surrounds your ability to conduct proper investigation over the property that you want to acquire, the home you want to acquire.
Okay. In the process of acquiring it, what are the documents you will collect from the seller? If someone is selling a house to me now or selling a land to me, what are the documents? What are those documents that I will collect to claim the ownership of that property?
You see, when it comes to land, transactions in land are not done orally, except perhaps when you are doing it in customary way, where you are expected to provide witnesses. But land transactions has to be reduced in writing. And then when we talk about in writing, it has to be an instrument. That is an agreement showing parties, property, the location of the property, the size, then the amount, and the rest of things that are involved. So, number one, there has to be that instrument that connects you and the buyer and the seller. Okay. The owner and the buyer.
What is title document?
Title document is that document that gives you the authority, the power over that land.
That you have bought it?
Yes.
Okay, what's the difference between title document and the deed?
Deed is just a conduit. It's an instrument. It's an instrument or an agreement that shows the parties, the price, the property description, the recital, if it has recital, the recital, then the execution page, and the covenant between the parties. These are the instruments that you're going to use to register your title, to have your title. But
that's the property belongs to you.
Yes,
now.
That is just a vehicle.
In the process of buying land, we got to know that a lawyer has to help you verify some information. What are the information the lawyer needs to verify from the title document?
From the title document, all that you need to do, well, if it's a registered title, you go to land, okay, and make your investigations. Okay. Go and find out, is this person actually the owner? If the person is late, did he provide any will? Did he die intestate or testate? Is there any will that have willed this property to a particular person? Is there any letter of administration?
So those are the investigations you
Yeah,
need to carry out.
very serious investigations that you need to carry out, not limited to this.
Okay.
So, but if it's not a registered title, then you have more work to do. Yes, if it's not a registered title, you have more work to do because you have to find out the original owners. For example, we talk about the Omoniles, the son and daughters of.
That is the next one we're
Yes.
going on. We're going on another short break. We'll be right back. Do you need solution to issues pertaining to land and properties? Do you want to buy or sell a house? Are you tired of renting? Or you want to rent a house, buy or sell land? Then you need to know genuine and reliable real estate companies in Lagos, Nigeria and around the world that can help you get the house of your dreams or help you sell the land or the house you want to sell. Tune into Biscon Realty program. There you find answers to all these questions. Welcome back. Barrister Chimobi, we really want to know how can one know government land, because so many people they are victim of this, that you will just see that government is now asking them to vacate the land. How can we know government land so that we will not fall a victim?
The good thing about Lagos is that most of these things are reduced into writing. You can always get it.
From where?
From government. You go to land and make your investigation.
Where is there a particular office?
Yes.
Can you tell us the office?
You go to land investigation department. Yes, there's in the lands department at Alausa. When you go there, you make your investigation. But mostly, what you will do is that when you now ask a lawyer, he knows the proper place to go, the proper room to enter, and the proper question to ask, and then he will be able to give you the right direction. That okay, this place is not. And again, if it is, you need to go to Surveyor General's office, or urban and town planning office. All of these agencies, you have to visit them to be sure that you are not entering into where you are not supposed to enter, so that you don't begin to cry when government will come after you.
So what leads to demolition of house?
When you have done the wrong thing. When you have refused to abide by the law.
Okay, let's go to the issue of Omonile. Are they legally recognized by the government? This Omonile, when you want to buy land, you will say Omonile. When you want to start the building, you will say Omonile. So are they legally recognized by the government, or why are they disturbing us?
Well, you see, that's a problem that that everyone is facing, and it makes it difficult for investment in Lagos State, and even some other states now is becoming difficult, because you see the sons and daughters of the soil, coming to disturb you. But there are two. We have individual ownership, we have family ownership, we have communal ownership. If it's individual, they don't have any business. If they have it, they don't have any business. But if it's family and they have not divested their interest in that property, they have no right to disturb the person who has bought. And then if it's a communal, the same thing. Once they have divested their interest in that property, in that land, they don't have to come back again. But also you have to look at it from the point of view of, for example, some of these children, some of these Omonile, their forefathers may have sold everything and they don't have any other place to go. And so now you see them hovering around, and they are seeing that, oh, this was our land, and we don't have any place to sleep. We don't have any place, and so they can't even acquire any other place.
But you have already gotten your legal.
That's what I'm saying. They don't have any business to disturb you.
So how can we now prevent this from happening?
The Lagos State had already made a law, these land grabbers, or we call them Omonile law, such that they don't have any right to disturb you. Otherwise, you go and lodge your complaint. When you lodge your complaint, that allows, they will treat it. They will treat it.
Okay, Lagos State has a large population and it keeps growing. How can this population explosion affect land and property business in the future?
It has already affected it. It has already affected the land business in Lagos State, because Lagos has this population, and this population is growing.
So how can it be rectified?
The only way to rectify, number one, with what they are trying to do, to make sure that there is a regulation, a regime where you want to transact in business, in land business, you can stay in your room and do all of that.
Okay,
yes,
that leads to the second to the last question. Recently, Lagos State government said from 2021, all land transaction will become digital so as to make transaction faster. What is your opinion about this?
I pray it come to work, because the problem we have is not more or less, more of this is for it to be in, for them to do it, carry it out. Because most times it's just the ability to carry it out. Today we have implementation. We have information.
But it's a very good idea.
Yes, we have information. The problem is how to access that information. The bottlenecks before you access it is where the issue is. Yes, the bottleneck you are going to face before you access the information. But the information is there. But if it is made available in such a way that I don't need to meet one or two persons before I get to that information, that will be fine. But
I don't have to see this.
Yes, I know. Exactly.
That you can really have direct access.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
Thank you very much, Barrister Chimaobi. But finally, let's just ask this question. Let's talk about your book. It is titled A Handbook for Land, House Buyer and Property Practitioners in Lagos State, Nigeria. Why did you write that book? Why did you write the book?
Like I explained before, it is because I have discovered that most Nigerians are gullible. So how do I help? So I said, okay, let me have a handbook wherein, even if you cannot, if you are afraid that, okay, I don't know, I don't have money to pay all this, at least you can have an idea of what you are going into. You have an idea that you are going into. Even when you have engaged a professional, you also know whether the professional is also doing it right or wrong or wrongly. So it is important for you to have a handbook where you just have it like this. As you are moving, okay, let me check. And I have made it so simple in 3 segments. What you will do before buying, what you will do at the time you are buying, and what you will do after you have bought. Okay. So it will help you, it's guiding you from one step to the other. From one step to the other until you are done.
That means I can have can I have the book? I should have my own copy to A Handbook for Land, House Buyers and Property. Thank you, Barrister Chimaobi. Thank you for having you on the show.
It's my pleasure.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much.
I'm very glad. I know you really enjoyed today's episode and you really have a nice time with us. Join me on the next episode.
Here is good news from Biscon Communications, producers of the BC Olatilo Show, BOS, the longest-running general interest magazine show, and owners and operators of Biscon TV, a 24-hour TV platform on GoTV Channel 108, and live on all smartphones via the Biscon TV app and streaming live on www.biscontvlive.com. Biscon TV offers all our viewers, particularly our clients, religious organizations, academic institutions, corporate organizations, government parastatals, state governments, individuals and business concerns, the Biscon TV 2020-2021 Special Bonanza. Biscon TV End of Year and New Year Double Bonanza offers you all our services at half of the rate. In addition, if you place adverts on Biscon TV, you get double the amount of slots placed. Take advantage of Biscon TV End of Year and New Year Double Bonanza offering, which starts now and ends in the first quarter of 2021. Weddings, birthdays, festivals, coronations, burials, seminars, beauty pageants. As we wrap up 2020 and go into the new year 2021, we will cover and broadcast on BOS inimitable style for half the rate with extra. Contact us at Biscon TV Corporate Office, 12 Sylvia Crescent, Anthony Village, Lagos. Telephones 0803 390 1756, 0802 357 0075, 0802 615 4574, and 0803 455 0406. Biscon TV 2020-2021 Double Bonanza offer is our Christmas and New Year present to you, our esteemed and worthy fans, admirers and clients in all parts of Nigeria and beyond the shores of our land.